Sorry. To build the tree, you need to start by making a 4x4 brown square in the center of your base where your tree is going to be rooted. Then you need, and you'll be working on this in teams, like 2, 3, or 4 children could do this together, and up to them how they want to divide out. You're going to put 4 blues on the corners. And I would recommend, Max, that you do this. Like, you make them all sit in a circle and you do this. And then you tell them they can go off and do it themselves. And then you're going to fill in, you know, so you need 2x4 and 2x2s or whatever combination of bricks will fill this shape. Once you've done this, you need to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers with your square 4x4 shape. And you do that in any color. Don't use the brown because we're going to need the brown. Okay, so let's assume I've done that. And once you've done the 7 layers, come back to me and I will give you a 4x4 plate. That is something that isn't packed here, so we've got to, okay, so here you go, a 4x4 plate, and I want this one to be the example now. Okay, so here we are. I have built up 7 layers. And now I take a 4x4 plate and I stick it on top of my 7 layers. And now I put my 4 blue corners on. Actually, I know I'm thinking this as we go along. I think what you do is teams of 2. And at the beginning, they make this shape and they do the 4 blues. And you also give them this and they do the 4 blues. Do you see? And then you tell them they have to build up 7 before they can attach that. Mm-hmm. And once they have put the 4 blues on, then they again have to fill this in. So the goal is to get to here. Once you get to here, then you need to use a tray of brown and tan and, you know, generally 3-colored flats that are mostly 4 foot wide. And their challenge is to dress their tree. It's like, this is too short, obviously, but then if I put this one on top, actually, no, I need to come down one, don't I? There we go. And then, you know, I can stick on a little one to hold them together, and that's okay. Trees are not flat, trees are bumpy. And you do that on all 4 sides, and your goal is not to go above the top of it. You want to keep the top level, and you cover your 4 sides. Once they have done that, once they have all of this is brown the whole way around, it's a tree trunk. And now we want to start on branches. So if it's a team of 2, you're going to want 2 branches that stick out on opposite sides. And they want to go out a little bit of a distance. So there's different, you know, different combinations that can make this work, but basically you build your way out a little bit using different combinations of bricks. Keep it 2 studs wide and make sure that they're solid and that they're held back on to the central tree bit. And again, exactly how you achieve this doesn't really matter. And the 2 branches do not have to be at the same height. You know, they aren't always on trees. And once you have your branches out a decent distance, take your nest. See, do you feel this is far enough from the tree trunk? I think that is just about. And before you stick your nest on, you're going to take leaves and add them on. Now you want the leaves to stick on and you want the nest to have something solid to land on. So we have a bunch of these little squares. You see, I can put a square behind the leaves and then another square on top. There you go. And now here's the nest, sitting on top of the leaves.